and share the screen. So we are sharing, huh? Okay. All right. So this is part 2 of our lecture today in preparing your architectural drawings in AutoCAD. Okay. So we already created the elevation or the front view of your house. So just a little bit of review. So this car is also a dynamic block. You can change its view. It can be on the front view as well. Okay, and you can change. It can be the top view for plan view. It can be a truck. You can change it to an SUV. So an SUV in front view maybe you can have it front. So maybe I want this kind of car. Okay, I'll just move it to my right hand side. So it is really a dynamic block that I have. Do I have a tree? I have a tree also. Let's see. Let's bring in a tree. Okay, let's click on the tree and let's check on the view. Should have a front view as well. So let's have a palm in elevation. So this is how it looks like. Okay, let's copy the the palm and change it. Select it, and then let's choose another type. Maybe let's just make a small shrub. Okay, can you change the size of the shrub? Can I change the size of the shrub? So, but you can of course scale it up. No? If you want it to be a little bit bigger, you can use your scale tool. Click here, then just make it twice bigger, times 2, enter. So you can just put it right here, okay? So if you want to have another tree, copy this, put it on the other side, and select this, and let's change it to, so maybe this kind of tree, deciduous tree in elevation view, okay? So it would look like that. So you already have some kind of nice elevation, okay? So of course, let's say we want to have two views. One view is like colored with hatches, and another one, let's have another view which will have the dimension. So let's just copy this, everything, and just move it a little bit down here. And we don't need the trees here. We'll just delete it. Okay, and even the car we will remove. And also here, I don't want to create to have the hatches. Okay, even this hatch, I don't want this here. Okay, so I will now put on elevations, or heights on my front view. So how do I do that? I'll go to my dimension. If I click on dimension, there are several ways to create dimensions. Before we go to the plan view, to the um, building, let's create first a shape. Let's say I will create a shape. It's a polyline. So let's say I created a polyline like that. Then I want to put dimensions. So if I click on dimension, you have an option actually to click on 2 points like this, and the dimension will come out. Okay. But see, when I click on the dimension, I cannot see anything. Okay, I cannot see anything. But there is a dimension because see, this is already a dimension right there. Let's try it again. Let's use a linear dimension. Happens. Again, from here to the side. Again, that happens. Okay, so we have a problem. This dimension should be here. So what happens is, since we are doing the drawing in millimeters, the dimension style that we have right now is not set for the millimeters. Okay. So what we need to do is to modify the dimension style that is already loaded into the template. Okay. So let's see what kind of dimension is this. So select this, and in your properties, you will see that the dimension style that we have is what we call as ISO 25. Okay, remember that. So the ISO 25 will have these characteristics. The arrow size is 2.5. Imagine it's 2.5. We're talking about millimeters. So it is very small. Okay. So you will compare the size of your dimension to the size of the drawing that you have here. So let's say here, our wall dimension, the width of our wall is 200 or 150. So ideally, if you have a dimension text of 200 that will be fine. Okay. So that is our reference. And also you'll see that you can control the layer color, the dimension color, and all of the other things that you see here. Okay. So what we will do now is we will modify the dimension style. So this is the dimension style. I will now type dim style. Okay. If you type DIM, you'll see dim style right here. Click this, and this will pop out. This is the dimension style manager. So remember, we have ISO 25, right? So it is here already. What we'll do is we will not modify this because this is already in the system. We will create a new one based on this. Okay, so we'll create a new one, new dimension style. We'll name it icon, name it icon underscore ISO 25. So it's based on ISO 25. And it will start with ISO 25 right here. Okay, and just click continue. So here, we can now modify the lines, the symbols, the text, fit, and everything that is in the dimension style. Okay, so the lines are the dimension line. What is the dimension line? The dimension line is the line under the text. You'll have the actual dimension, and then the line under it, the one with the arrows, that's what you call a dimension line. The extension lines are the lines on the sides of the dimension line. These extend from the object. So if this is your object, you want to put a dimension in it, the lines that extends from the edges of it, these are called extension lines. And the line that is right there with the two arrows is your dimension line. Okay? And the text is obviously the one above it. So let's deal with first with the dimension line. So the dimension line, let's change the color. Let's make it yellow. Okay, so you can see now that it is changing. So let's change also the extension lines. Let's make it red. Okay, automatically it's changing. If you want to show only one extension line, you can click suppress one of these. But we don't want to do that. Okay, so we will not do this. Okay, let's now go to the symbols and arrows. So the arrow that we have is this type. If we want to change the type of arrow, you can choose any of these. Okay, so let's say for the purpose of this lecture, we will be using what we call as the right angle arrow. Okay, this type. Okay, and then the arrow size that we'll be using is 200. Okay, be 200 in size. Okay, we will not change anything here. Now let's go to text. So don't worry about that. Okay, it will adjust later on. So for the text style will not change it, but the text height will be changed. We will be using 250 for our text height. Okay, now it's getting a little bit better now. Okay, by default it says that there's a frame around the text, so there will be like a box around the text. We don't want that, so we will uncheck that. Okay, and then let's say if you want to change the text style, you'll click this, and you choose from here. Okay, so let's say you want to use not Arial, but maybe Arial Narrow. Okay, let's use Arial Narrow and then click apply. Okay, so that will be our, then close that. Okay, that will be our text size, text style. Then the text color, let's keep it at white. Okay, text height is already changed. Now the offset from dim line is the distance between that dimension line, you already know the dimension line, and your text. So obviously 0.625 is too small. So let's use 50. Okay, 50 should be fine, right? Okay, and then now let's go to fit. We will not change anything here. We keep it as it is. Primary units will do something. For the unit, it's decimal, keep it as it is. For the precision, since we are already using millimeters, and millimeters is um, this very small, so we don't need to put zero point 0.00 or zero point 0.5. We'll just use 0, so it will be only the millimeters. It will not show half millimeter or something. Okay, we will not change anything else here. The decimal separator here is, of course, we don't need it because we don't have any decimal. Alternate units, you learn this later on when you enroll in the advanced class. Okay? Alternate units, just for your information, for example, you want to use millimeter and also meters. If you want to use millimeter and also inches. Okay, so this is an option that shows that there is an alternative uh, units of dimension. But we'll not be using that. Then tolerances right here will not do any changes. Let's just go back to lines and let's just adjust this baseline spacing. Just make it 50. Okay. And then extend beyond dim lines. Beyond dim lines, that means the red line will extend after the dim line. So let's give it a good, let's say, 300. Okay, should be fine. Then offset from origin, let's give it also 50. Okay, that should look good already. Okay, so this is your new icon underscore ISO 25 dimension style. I will now click OK and set it to current. I'll set to current and then close. Okay, so now I want to create a dimension. Let's say here at the bottom of this line, from here to here, it is now a nice dimension I've created. So I can also convert the previous dimension that I did, which is this, and in this miscellaneous, I'll choose icon ISO 25 dimension style. So that is now my dimension style. I can also use match properties, click this, and click that. It will already have that dimension style. Okay, so now you can create the dimension for your plan view. Let's say I've added additional lines here for my wall. Say I have a wall here and I offset it by 100, which is my interior wall. Then I have another line here for my room. Sorry, right there. Offset it again, similar dimension. Then maybe I'll just copy this too and bring it here. Okay. Then now I can trim my lines. Okay, and then this I don't need it also. Put it to the correct layer. You already know how to do this, right? Walls. Why did my wall change the color here? Why is this different? Should be in my walls, right? It's in the. Why did it change? What happened? It should be in the wall layer, right? Anyway, we'll deal with that later on. Okay. So let's say I already have this and it's complete with the doors and everything. I can now put a dimension. Let's say I'll click a dimension here. From here to here, which will be my overall dimension initially. And then also here to here, this overall dimension. Then I can create another dimension, which is from here to, let's say, this. Okay. Okay. And then you can actually click this, and then you can have what we call continuous dimension. Where is the continuous dimension? I think they removed the continuous dimension. Anyway, let's just do another dimension from here to here. That's another dimension. Okay. So let's say you have completed all your dimensions. You can also do dimensions for your elevation. So you can use your aligned dimension. Linear is better for the overall dimension of your house. Should be there. And then another one, let's say from here to here. You can also put a dimension that says your dimension here to here will be shown. Okay, it can be right here. So here and here. So that your builder. So when this happens, you can actually click this and click on this grip. It will actually move your text below. Okay, so that should be better. Or maybe to the left hand side. Why is not good? This is actually possible. Why is not being possible? Or maybe this can be adjusted. Yeah, so you can adjust that here. Okay, so it will not clash with the. Okay, you can just do like this. Okay, and in the plan also you can put dimensions between the wall, from the wall to the window. Okay, yeah. Click on the dim continue. See, dim continue. It will continue one dimension. And just click like that. So you can put all the dimensions of this part. Okay, then press escape when you're done. Okay, so this is a little bit, it is not showing the text, so you can move it somewhere. Okay, so you have a complete dimension for your house. Okay, so let's say you've already created this, and then you want to create what you call a custom furniture. So let's say we want to create furniture of table with chairs. Okay, so this time we'll create a small exercise creating your own custom blocks. Okay, because these are blocks, right? They are in fact dynamic blocks. What we'll be doing is just normal blocks but customized by you. So we'll create one table with chairs. Okay, so I'll just create a rectangle or maybe a circle. This will be our table. What is the radius for a table? Maybe 750. 750. Okay, so it can have maybe six tables, six chairs around it. Okay, so let's have one chair. I'll just draw a rectangle. What is the size of a chair? At 450, 450. Okay, so that should be good enough for a chair. And I'll just move it so that it can be like parallel there. Okay, then I'll move it up a little bit. It's not in the middle actually. I'll move this. I want to make sure it's in the middle. It's not moving. Move, middle, and here. I'll make one reference line. Sorry, yeah. And then move this here to there. Okay, so now I can now center it from here. That's the center going right there. Okay, and then move it a little bit up by 50. Okay, I'll delete that. So now I want to have chairs around it. Do you remember that we did array before? Array, right? So we will array. Select this, click array first. Then it will ask you, what is it asking you? Select object. So we'll select this object. Enter. Okay, what happened is it is what you call a rectangular array. So we need to change this to polar array. Okay, where is the polar array? Okay, we'll click first here. We choose polar array. We choose rectangular array earlier. I will undo. Choose polar array. Select the object. Enter. Specify the point of center point of array, which is this. Okay. So it will now tell us how many items do we want. Is 6 enough? Okay, but if there's mother, father, and 5 children, there is 7. And there is one grandma. He's still alive, so he lives with the family. So we need 8. Okay, grandpa, he's gone. He's gone. Sorry for grandpa. Okay, so let's have 8. Okay, that's still good, right? Then click close array. So now we have this. So, but we want this to become our own block. Okay, so we have what we call block creation. We type B, that is block. Okay, and then we'll name it. So let's have it table with chairs. Table with chairs. And then underscore 8. Okay, and then select objects. Use the select objects. Select all these. Okay, enter. You already created your own block, and then click OK. So this is already your own block. But actually, your own block is in the layer called walls, which is wrong. Okay. So how do we edit our own block? So we select the block, double click it. Okay. So you know that this is already your own block because it is having the correct name. So click OK. And now you will be in a different mode. This is what we call block editing mode. See, the background became gray. Okay. What you can do now is you can select everything here, this, and you can change the layer. How do you change the layer? You go to home and click this and put it into your proper layer, but you don't have a layer for furniture. So what do we do? Escape first and type LA for layer and create our new layer for furniture. Change the color. What color do you want for your furnitures, Madam Puja? Rashid, this is your house. So I have to ask you. Red. Ah. Okay, let's use this another kind of red. Maybe a little bit dark red. Okay. Number 22. Okay. Click OK. So we'll name this file Rashid's house, right? Okay. Number 22 and then click close. So select this and that. Again, go to, you're already here. Click that and put it to furniture. All right. So it changed the color already. But why is this not changing the color? Because actually, this is currently in the array. So what you will need to do is close the array. When you close the array, still there. What's happening? We need to explode it so that it will be individuals. So we select that, type X, explode. Now they are individuals. So if you select one and select similar, like what we did earlier, you can now change its layer properly to furniture. Okay, so now you'll have the same color. Okay, you're done. You can now actually click close block editor. Okay, save the changes, and now it is that color. Okay, and now look, if you click insert, your block is already there. See? So even if you suddenly deleted it, you already have that right there, and you can just place it in your drawing right there. Okay. My ortho mode is on, so sometimes you need to switch it on and off. Is there a shortcut for the ortho mode? Click there. Yeah, it says there, right? F8. Okay, so remember that, F8. How about for the snap-on? F3. Yeah, so remember those because these are the things that we always use. F3 and F8. Okay, so let's move this furniture here somewhere. Okay, so later on when you create new furnitures, better to put it in the correct layer so that it will have the same color. Okay, so that is how you create a new block. So now it's time to go to the other block, which is the title block. Okay, so the title block is always in your what you call this, paper space. Okay, so this is your paper space, and this is your what you call this blue line. This is blue by default. This is a viewport. Okay, and this is the title block. Okay, I have the title block already because I use a template. So if you use the template as well, you will have this. Okay, so we need to arrange your sheet to show, let's say, we want the plan view here on the left-hand side and the elevation views here to the right-hand side. So what the best thing to do is, what is the best thing to do? Okay, we'll have two viewport, right? Very good. Select this and what? Not happening. We can type viewport actually, or you can do it like this. Let's do this first, okay? Select this. You can use the grips, the corner, and just bring this to the middle, and you'll have one viewport, okay? Then copy it and just click it right there. So you have now two viewports. So two viewports means you have two ways to see your drawing. So if you want to activate the viewport, what you do is you double click inside here, not outside. This is outside. When I say outside, it is outside of the paper of the title block. Double click here. So now this is active. But when I zoom in and out, it's still not zooming in and or out. What's wrong? Because the viewport is locked right there. Okay, so unlock this. Once we unlock that, we can now zoom in and out. And now we can choose actually the scale that we want to show our drawing. So let's say I want to show here the front elevation. This okay, will look nice like this. Okay. So if I click here, I can choose the scales. So let's say I want it maybe 1:50. So that is the actual size of 1:50 when we print it. Okay. So maybe I don't want to show this plan. The plan would be on the other end. So it will be something like this. Okay. And you can also, I just clicked outside because I'm already happy with that. And I can now lock it so that it will not change the scale. Okay. I can also adjust this so that it will just be up to here. Because let's say I want to put some text here. I don't want it to be inside that viewport. So now let's go to the other viewport. You already know what to do. First, select the viewport and unlock it first. Okay. Then double click inside. You're already inside here. And then you can, let's say, zoom into your plan view. You want your plan view to be somewhere here. Okay. And let's put it to the exact scale of 1:50, which is that. And then click here outside. And now you can adjust also your viewport so that you can show only the plan view. Right? So let's say if you already also have side view and rear view or back side view of your house, you can complete all of the views right here. So the next question is, how do you put text? Right? Let's say you want to have a note or something in the plan view. Copy paste from the model. From the model, do we have a text here? We don't have any text yet. Okay, so we want to put a text here actually to show that this is the front elevation. So we click text. Okay, we already did text last time, right? Yes. Remember, we have the multi-line text and the single line text. So ideally, we can just do the single line text. Go to your text tool. It is always under annotate, and then you click your single line text. Okay. So let's say you want to put a text to name the room names. Okay. But first, if you want to set up the size of the text, you can press arrow down so that you can click on the style. Okay. The style name is standard. You can click the arrow type if you want to um, if you have other styles there that are available, but we don't know it for now. So what we'll be doing is we'll do text again. Click text. It's telling you to specify a start point of text, or you click arrow down. So that is the style, right? Again, click text. Let's click a start point here. Okay. And then click another line. Okay. Why is not clicking? Okay, it's there already. It's telling you the specify the rotation angle, which is 0, which is fine. Let's press enter. Oh, what happened? Okay, again, let's click text. Or maybe I think we need to put text style first. Let's set up the text style. Okay, tex style. There. So this is similar to dimension style. Okay. So this will be standard. Okay, that's fine. Text style. There. To be the textile manager. Where is it, Madam Puja? Okay. Under annotate, this is your textile. Click this. Okay, so this is your textile. Click this arrow, okay? So we'll do similar to what we did for the dimension style. Okay, so for now, this is the standard. That's the regular size. So the height is at 0, which is very bad. We need the height to be at least maybe 300. Okay. And then the width factor is 1. That's fine. So if you want it to be oblique angle, it will be like slanted. and then we just click apply. Okay, so this is standard. Click apply and then close. Right? So now if we create a text, since this is already the standard, click style. This is standard. That's fine. Just press enter so that when you click a start point and end point, you're already creating the proper um, text that you need. So let's say you type in the name of the rooms. Let's say you need to have a toilet, space, enter, and then you have a bedroom one, bedroom two, then you have a kitchen, enter, then you have what? Dining, you have living, okay, and then maybe you have your garage, okay, and then enter. Okay, so you're done. So since these are single line text, you can simply move them. Select one, put it there. What is the shortcut for our ortho mode? F8. Click F8. Where is my F8? F8. Tap it. F8. Oh, I have a different. Maybe it should be FN F8. Where is my function? FN F8. Okay, now it's ortho off. Okay, so I'll move this toilet to here. This to here, bedroom one. Then this, bedroom two. Kitchen will be somewhere here. Dining will be here, of course. Then living will be here. And this will be where my garage is, outside, right here. Okay. So let's say you want to put a new text style, which is a little bit bigger for your plan view, floor plan, and this is for your elevation view. So now we go here again, okay, and we'll click new, okay. So this will be okay, icon, text, click okay. So you are starting with what you had before. We'll make it a little bit bigger. We'll make it, let's say, 600, okay. Okay, and then click apply. And then close. Remember, it's icon text. Close. So now let's type text. Single line text again. Arrow down. Style. Let's use icon text. It's fine. Enter. So start point from here to here. Now let's type floor plan. Enter. What else? Front elevation. Okay. Say front elevation for the image. Okay. Okay. And then enter, escape. Okay. Now let's move this text here. Move this text right here. Right there. Okay. So since you already have those texts, is there a layer for a text? Let's see. Select all the layers. Select all of the text, and let's try to put it to its correct layer. Do we have? Yes, we have a layer for the text. Click text, and that's where the layer is. And now let's go back to our layout. You already have your layout. Okay, so the floor plan is still showing there. Maybe we can just unlock this again and adjust it a little bit. We already know the scale, 1:50, like that. Okay, double click here, should be fine. Okay, so your title block can be edited as well. This is a title block. If you double click here, Double click here. Why it's not coming? Okay, by double click, you can now enter the data that you have. So let's say it is the drawing number will be, let's say here, 123. It is designed by Rashid, RAS. Okay, the file name will be this much 12345-987. Then it is checked by uh, Puja, UJ. The owner is Rashid, of course. What else? You can put the title. Okay, the title will be, this is the title. The title will be House in Ghana. Okay, and then you can put the date, etc., etc., and all other details. And the scale is what? 1:50, right? Let's put 50. And the sheet is 1. That should be fine. And click OK. And you have all of these details updated. Okay? So you do it for yourself as well. Okay? So that is your layout already. So you still have time. You can start creating this. And then later on next week, we'll do, what else can we do next week? We can do printing in PDF, okay, because we don't have the actual printer here. But I'll also tell you how to print it if you have the actual printer setup. Printer and plotters, the big plotters where you can print A0 or A1 size of paper. Okay? So you still have a few minutes. You can do some exercises. And as your assignment, this will be your assignment. So create at least one elevation. Better if you can do more. And set it up in the sheet with proper dimensions and room names. Right? Okay. Sure, sure, no problem. I will give it to you. No problem. But first we need to save. We did not save the file. Don't forget to save your file, okay? Let us save it and name it as yes, should be Rashid House, right? Rashid House. Very good, Muhammad. Rashid House. Save. All right. I will stop now the share. That concludes our session for today. But as I said, you still have some time to do your homework, beginning of your homework. And